What happens when a kingdom defies the living God? When pride hardens the heart of a king, and heaven itself responds with fury? This is not just a story of plagues, it's a war between power and deliverance, and the God who never forgets his people. Egypt, a land of towering pyramids and golden idols, where pharaohs worshipped like gods, and slaves toiled beneath the desert sun. For 400 years, the cries of the Hebrews echoed through its corridors of power. Brick by brick, they built the empire. Brick by brick, they suffered. But in the silence, God was listening. A burning bush on a lonely mountain. Moses, once a prince, now a shepherd, hears the voice that will change history. I have heard the cries of my people. Now go. Tell Pharaoh, let my people go. Moses stands before Pharaoh with staff in hand, eyes burning with purpose. Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, let my people go. Who is this Lord, that I should obey him? I do not know him, and I will not let Israel go. The line was drawn. Heaven answered. God used 10 plagues to set his people free from Egypt. Plague 1. Water turns to blood. The Nile River flowing with thick, dark crimson blood under a scorching desert sun. Dead fish float on the surface. The water emits a foul stench, and Egyptian priests stand shocked on the banks. The stench chokes the land. Egypt's gods are silent. Plague 2. Frogs. Thousands of frogs erupt from rivers and wells, filling the Egyptian palace on the floor, beds, bowls, and even Pharaoh's throne, including all Egyptian homes. Pharaoh looks disgusted. Pharaoh alarmed, "Entreat your God, I will let them go." But once the frogs die, his heart hardens again. Plague 3. Gnats, dry desert sand, rising into a cloud of gnats, covering Egyptians and their animals. People swatting at their faces in panic, eyes squinting, animals restless. Golden desert lighting with a swarming insect haze. Egyptian priest whispers, "This is the finger of God. Let the Hebrews go." Plague 4. Flies. Massive swarms of black flies blacken the sky, crawling into homes, infecting food, tormenting the Egyptian people. People cover their faces and flee. Pharaoh's guards look overwhelmed, but not a single fly enters Goshen, where the Hebrews live. The line between oppressor and oppressed was now visible and divine. God's judgment intensifies. Plague 5. Death of livestock. Morning dawns to stillness. Cattle lie dead across Egypt. Goshen's herds stand untouched. Vast Egyptian fields filled with the corpses of cows, horses, and sheep. Egyptians weep beside dead animals. Plague 6. Boils. Pain erupts on skin boils and sores that even Pharaoh's magicians cannot bear. Egyptians and palace guards covered in painful boils, sitting or leaning in agony. Even Pharaoh's magicians hide their faces in shame. Flesh is inflamed under harsh torchlight. Plague 7. Hail. Lightning dances across the heavens. Hail crashes down like divine fire, shattering trees, crushing crops, and setting fields ablaze. Egyptian fields burn and trees shatter. People run for cover, fear on their faces. Cinematic apocalypse, dramatic storm lighting, God's wrath visually stunning. Pharaoh pleading, "I have sinned. Entreat the Lord." But again, his heart turns cold. Plague 8. Locusts. They come like a black tide devouring what hail did not destroy. Egypt's bounty becomes dust. Dark clouds of locusts fill the sky, descending upon already damaged fields. Crops vanish before people's eyes. Children and farmers scream. Locusts cover everything. Pharaoh's pride was a fortress, but even fortresses fall under the weight of heaven's hand. Plague 9. Darkness. 3 days of thick, paralyzed darkness. Not night, something worse. A shadow so deep, even fire would not glow. Egypt people hold torches, but the light barely shines. But in Goshen, light remained. The final blow. Then came the final plague, the one no one speaks of without trembling. God said about midnight, "I will pass through Egypt. Every firstborn shall die, from Pharaoh's son to the servant's child." But God made a way for those who believed. Hebrew homes show blood on doorposts and glowing candlelight. A lamb, blood on the doorpost, a promise of mercy. That night, the angel of death swept through Egypt. Cries rose in the night, cries that shook the earth. Pharaoh, broken and weeping, calls for Moses and told him, "Go, leave Egypt, take your people, take your God." Out of bondage, out of despair. God didn't just free Israel, he fought for them. Every plague wasn't just a judgment, it was a declaration. There is no God but the Lord. He hears the cries of the broken. He defends the powerless. He breaks chains no man can break. So now the question echoes across time. If God could move heaven and earth for them, what could he do for you? If you believed? If this story touched you, don't just watch Join the Mission. Subscribe and be part of Taicha Eternal Echoes every week.